What's up, everybody? Today we're going to listen to Jon Reddick. God turn it around. Sorry, every time I say Reddick, I think Riddick. Reddick. I think that's how you pronounce his name. God turn it around. So this is number 2 on the top 10 worship songs from his radio's list. Of course, that list has changed since now, so I can't show it to you. But if you watch the first couple videos, you'll see me show you that list. This was number 2 a couple weeks ago. So, never heard the song. Don't know anything about it. I don't know Jon Reddick. Don't know that I've ever heard any of his songs. So this will be interesting. Let's look at our worship guidelines. So, directional, musically repeatable, theologically sound, the Bob test, artistic license, and congregational versus personal. So that's what we're going to be using to guide this. If you want to see a full video on me explaining what these mean, links in the description. You can go check that out. So let's listen to the song, see what it's about.
I'm praying God come and turn this thing around. God turn it around. God turn it around. God turn it around. I'm calling on the name that changes everything, yes. God turn it around. God turn it around. God turn it around.
Okay. Well, okay. I'm praying God come. That's how he starts it. And turn this thing around. What is this thing? Is he referring to his life? The things going on in his life? I don't know. Let's find out. God turn it around. God turn it around. Don't know what it is, but he wants it turned around. Maybe it's the car, because Jesus is taking the wheel. It's a joke. It's a joke. Go watch the Brandon Heath video. Wait. I'm calling on the name that changes everything. Is that name God, or is that name Jesus? 'Cause he hasn't said Jesus. But I'll give him time. Maybe we'll see. God turn around. God turn around. Still waiting to see what it is, but maybe the chorus will tell us. Let's find out. Okay, there it is. That's good.
Breakthrough will come in the name of Jesus. I'm praying God come.
Okay, so there it is. All of my hope, you can kind of see it sort of, is in the name of Jesus. Breakthrough will come. I don't know what breakthrough is referring to. Come in the name of Jesus. That's not really saying much. I'm glad all your hope is in the name of Jesus. But I don't know what you mean by breakthrough will come in the name of Jesus. Maybe he tells us. We're still waiting to find out what it is. What is it that God is turning around? I'm glad at least we have clarity on the name of Jesus. That's good. So let's keep looking. Maybe we'll find more.
I'm praying God come and turn this thing around. Oh yes, God turn it around.
What is this thing?
God turn it around. God turn it around. I'm calling on the name that changes everything.
I mean, at least we know that name is Jesus.
God turn it around.
All right.
God turn.
All right. So we don't really have much else here. It's basically the same thing repeated. And then we get the name of Jesus. Breakthrough will come in the name of Jesus. We're skipping ahead. Looks like he repeats God turning around after the second chorus. So this is a tag at the end of the second chorus. Okay, so here we go. Verse 3, or bridge 1. I was going to ask who the he is, but he just says it's God, so there we go. He is up to something. God is doing something. Right now, he is healing someone. He is saving someone. God is doing something. Oh, right now, he is healing someone. He is saving someone. God is doing something right now. Right now. Okay, so he is up to something. Okay. He is doing something. Yes. Okay. And when is he doing it? Right now. So bad. Okay. This is true. God is, I guess, is healing somebody actively. He's also sustaining all things, holding all things together. You know, so like the reason people aren't just all completely disappearing into dust is because God is holding us together. He allows all things to move and breathe. We have our being because of him. So is he doing something right now? Yes, he's holding all things together. Is he healing somebody? Maybe. You know, there's billions of people in the world, so maybe somebody's being healed right now. I don't know. Maybe it, you know, God is allowing natural means to heal somebody right now. I don't know. But I'm not sure why we're singing about that. Let me skip a little bit. It's just God is doing something. He's healing somebody. These are claims that he can't prove. I mean, he is doing something. But he, like, okay, I'm doing something right now. Is that going to give you a lot of hope? The doctors in the hospital are healing somebody right now. The medicine is healing somebody. Does that give you hope? Okay, you haven't really given me anything to hope for. Why do I need God as opposed to drugs or a doctor's visit or me? You know, because I'm doing something right now. I'm drinking coffee. That's pretty hopeful. I'm drinking it right now. I'm being goofy, but you get the point. Like, what is the point to this? Oh, we got something new here. Ready? Here we go. What is he doing? Moving mountains. Is that repeated? Okay. Show me the mountain that was moved. Oh, you don't mean actual mountains. What you mean is that some vague term that God is helping somebody, moving the mountain in someone's life. Okay. Why didn't you say that? Okay. Here's the thing. In the Bible, here's what we see over and over and over and over and over and over and over. God says, "Look at what I've done for you. Therefore, have faith." All right. Look at what I've done. Have faith. So over and over through the Old Testament, you see this list getting longer and longer and longer of all the things that God has done for his people. Over and over. They repeat all the things that God has done. They talk about the Exodus. They talk about the journey through the wilderness. They talk about deliverance into the promised land. They talk about driving out the enemies of God. They talk about the conquest of the promised land. They talk about God saving them from their enemies. And now as Christians, we talk about Christ overcoming the greatest enemy, sin and death, and casting all of them into the pit of fire in the last days. We see the great enemy Satan overthrown, and his kingdom is taken up by Christ, and Christ becomes the ruler of earth because he is the rightful heir to earth. God is in control of all things. He is reigning on his throne. Satan was a usurper who tries to rule earth, but he fails. These are things that God has done or has promised to do. These are things that we can have faith in. I don't want to have faith in some vague term like God is moving someone's mountain right now. I don't know that. I don't know that. That's not something I can tangibly say, but I can say God has died on the cross. God has risen from the dead. He has defeated sin and death, and he will bring it all to conclusion one day. That gives us hope. That's the hope of the gospel. My hope isn't that somebody's going to get healed, because that person's going to die. And if they don't have Christ, they're going to die in their sin. Unless Christ returns before them. So I'm not having hope that God heals somebody. He hasn't promised to heal us. At least not from physical death. He's promised to heal those who have trusted in him from eternal death. To heal our hearts. To bring us, make us alive in him. Those things he's promised. He's already done that for many of us. For those who believe. He's already healed our hearts. He's given us a heart of flesh instead of a heart of stone. And he's forming us in sanctification to his image. So I don't care. It's not that I don't care. I don't put my hope in what God is doing in somebody's life that I don't know. I don't know them. I don't know that situation. Is God acting in their lives and holding all things together? Yes, he is. And I trust that he's doing that because he's God. That's what he does. He helps. He holds things together. He's promised to work with his beloved, his children, his people, the believers who follow him. But I don't know why I would sing about that, because it's something that I can't actually point to. It's like, somebody over there, God's helping them. Well, I'm sure he is, but I mean, it's possible that he isn't. Maybe he's helping this other person over here. I don't know. So these things some of them aren't necessarily untrue, but they're not specific enough. We have specific examples of God actively working in the world. We can point to them. We don't need this vague statement of God's work, because he has done these things. Look at all the great things that God has done. Put your faith that God's going to save us in the end. We can trust him. Not because of what he's doing right now that we can't see or prove. We can trust him because of the things that he's done. Because he's proven himself faithful over and 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 over again. We can read about it in the Bible, which shows us God's faithfulness. So, yeah, it's not necessarily wrong. It's just not good. Let's keep going. Let's see what it's just more repeated. Yeah. He is moving mountains. Alright, so we get back to all of my hope. Oops. Sorry, the things get blurred out. It's trying to find it where you can actually see it. Good grief. For a lyrics video, this doesn't... Like, this is the name of Jesus. It's X'd out. Is that secretly a demonic video? No, it's just someone went a little wild with the animation. Breakthrough will come. Again, we still don't know what this breakthrough is. But it'll come. Don't worry. The breakthrough's coming, whatever it is. You know, are you trying to get that nail through the drywall, but you keep hitting a stud and it won't go through? Well, breakthrough's coming. Don't worry. Just keep hammering that nail away. That breakthrough is coming. It's not what he means, but yeah, there you go. In the name of Jesus. Is this just all breakthrough will come in the name of Jesus? God turn it around. We still don't know what the it is. What is God turning around? Still don't know. We end with a little cross. It says official lyric video, so I'm assuming this is done by his team. Is there anything going on right now? Okay, just the closing notes. All right, so that's the whole song. Wow, that was quick. All right, let's look at our guidelines. Directional. I guess it's directed toward God. He's pleading for God to turn whatever it is around. That we don't know about, but it is, I guess, directionally sound. Musically repeatable. It seems simple enough. And one of the problems is with the musically repeatable, the reason we get so many of these wishy-washy, super easy songs is because in order to make things because we need songs that are easy to play, it's really easy for them to write a song that sounds good and then just push it out there because it's really simple and people will eat it up because they're looking for songs that are easy to repeat, they're easy to remember, easy song, they're catchy. Whether it has good theology in it or not, it's completely doesn't really matter. So let's go to theologically sound. Oh yeah, let me do this. Yeah, theologically sound. You can see my cursor now. Is it theologically sound? I guess. There's not really enough theology in this thing to really call it theologically sound. At least he says the name of Jesus, and he says the word God a bunch. So at least he's trusting in the name of Jesus. There's no clues or indications to say this is not the Jesus of Mormons or the Jesus of Jehovah's Witnesses or the Jesus of Islam, because Jesus isn't Islam. So there's no real way to know that it's specifically referring to our God or some other Jesus, because there's lots of people who believe in Jesus but don't actually believe in the Jesus of the Bible. So I don't know if it's theologically sound. He never really told us what the it is. So I'm just going to say no, it's not theologically sound because there's no theology at all to speak of. The Bob test. I think it barely passes the Bob test. There's enough in here that says like you can't just replace Jesus and God with Bob. And it works. It'll work with most of the song, but there's maybe a couple parts like Bob can't move a mountain. But it's not talking about actual mountains. It's talking about the mountains in your life. So maybe Bob could, move the mountain in your life. I don't know. I don't know Bob. So I'm going to say it barely passes the Bob test. Barely. Maybe only because it says in the name of Jesus is where he puts his hope, which is biblical language, so we would know it's at least talking about the Bible. I don't know. Artistic license. I don't think there's anything in here that we need. Well, I guess with the mountain, we need artistic license to say he's talking not about a physical mountain. He's talking about the mountains in your life. Even though he doesn't actually give us any indication that that's what he's referring to, we just know that that's what he's referring to. All right, congregational versus personal. This is definitely not something I want to sing in congregation because there's no theology whatsoever in this song. We don't learn anything about God. We don't learn anything about what Jesus has done for us. We don't know anything about how God is helping us in our lives. We don't know. We don't talk about anything that God has done for us. So it's like, why listen to this song? That like most other Christian songs are better than this because they're clear, because they actually preach the gospel. This one doesn't preach the gospel, and there's no gospel in this. I mean, you can insert the gospel in there foreignly and interpret it in other ways, but the words themselves have no gospel. There's no gospel mentioned. So I wouldn't even recommend this for personal. If you want to listen to it, I mean, it's a fine song, but it's hard for me to distinguish it from any other religious song. So I definitely don't recommend it for like Christian worship. We'll just put it that way. So for me, not congregational or personal. This is not going to be either of these. For you, maybe you can do personal. Maybe even you put it congregational. If you do, let me know why. Let me know what you think. Why you would do that. And let's have a discussion about it. I would love to hear from you. If you enjoy this video, enjoy like doing in-depth discussions about like how songs are, go ahead and subscribe. We're gonna do more. Give us a like if you enjoyed this video, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.